Well, good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful and enjoyable holiday season. I can't believe the new year is already upon us. If you're looking to move to Las Vegas or already live here and are interested in a market update, then you have found the right channel. My name is Mark Pepe. I'm a Las Vegas real estate professional and a relocation specialist. I communicate with people daily who are interested or are in the process of moving to Las Vegas from all over the country and the world. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad about living in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas obviously as well, then please subscribe below and comment and also tap the bell for notifications as well. Today I'm going to talk about and provide a January 2024 Las Vegas housing market update, along with upcoming events happening around town during the first month of the new year. If you have any questions, please feel free to engage with me and ask any questions and leave any comments. So let's jump right into the latest market statistics. The new listings continue to drop. In November, we had 1,827 new listings. In December, it dropped to 1,329 new listings. This is a 29.2% decrease month over month, which is not overly surprising as less people put their home for sale over the holidays. In the first 4 days of January, though, we have already seen 181 new listings. So the market is definitely picking up now that the holidays are behind us. Inventory for single family homes, this is not including any condos or townhomes, this is for single family. In November, there was 4,155 homes on the market. In December, that dropped to 3,801, which equals a 9% drop. And as I've mentioned before, this is less than half of what we would normally or typically see in a normal market when there's over 9,000 homes for sale. To break that 3,801 homes down, there are 2,694 homes on the market that are under $700,000. And then you have 504 homes that are between 700 to 1 million. And then there's 603 that are over 1 million. So it just gives you an idea of the breakdown of the price range of these homes. So again, 3,801 homes. I expect to see that number jump here in January, probably over 4,000 again here in the near future with the holidays being over. Next is months supply, which refers to the number of months it would take for the current inventory of homes on the market to sell given the current sales pace. 4 to 5 months of supply would be considered average. A lower number means that buyers are dominating the market with relatively fewer sellers. And a higher number means the exact opposite, means that there's more sellers than there are buyers. So in November, we had 2.4 months supply. And in December, it dropped to 2.1. So less relative supply. So we continue to be in a seller's market with the low inventory and the higher buyer demand. And this has been the case for most of 2023. And I would imagine that it's going to be the case for at least the first part of 2024, if not the majority of the year. Next is new contracts or homes that went into escrow, otherwise known as a pending listing. In November, we had 1,228 new contracts. In December, we actually went up to 1,377. That's an 11% increase, actually. So that increase actually, it reflects the holidays and the slowdown period that usually ensues. With the pickup of new listings in the first 4 days of January, we've also seen 96 new contracts accepted as well. So it's good to see the new year is off to a solid start. The average days on the market is in November was 16 days. In December was 21 days. So people were attending way too many parties in December and not house hunting. And that's obviously, again, due to the holidays, seeing that number rise. I would expect that number to drop again as we enter here into the new year. The sales price to list ratio in November was 99.4%. In December, it dropped to 98.8%. So it was a really slight drop there. Sellers were a teeny bit more flexible than they were in November. Houses sold in November was 1,270 homes. In December, we actually saw an increase to 1,287 homes. That's a 1.3% increase. On a side note, the majority of these homes that went into contract in November, they didn't go into contract in December. Obviously, a typical escrow period is around 30 to 45 days. So that's why you see an increase in homes sold were due to the homes that were going to escrow in November. Now, I also wanted to point out these are resales or are new construction homes that are listed on the MLS. All other new construction homes, which typically make about 1/3 of all home sales every month, are not included in these figures. So these numbers don't really paint a completely accurate picture of the total number of homes sold in December. The median sales price for a single-family home in November was $442,667. That number increased just slightly to $444,000, which is a 0.3% increase. This is now 7 out of 8 months. We've seen an increase in the median sales price, albeit it's a much smaller increments than we saw in the last 3+ years ago when we were seeing increases in the teens. This speaks to the return of a more normal rate of appreciation that has been projected for the next 5 years, according to the Home Price Expectation Survey from Fannie Mae, which they are projecting anywhere from a 3% to a 5% rate of appreciation per year, not total over 5 years, but per year, 3 to 5%. A quick update on interest rates. They dropped 9 consecutive weeks before slightly increasing earlier this week. What was slightly over 8% last October is now at 6.375% as of today for a 30-year fixed conventional rate. And rates are even a little bit lower with other loan programs as well. The Fed is also projecting, and you've probably seen this in the news in the last couple months, they're projecting a 3 different rate cuts this year. So that should be good news for those hoping mortgage rates continue to fall here in the near future. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. This is a friendly reminder. As interest rates drop, the prices of homes are inevitably going to go up. I would encourage you, if you can afford your desired home at the current interest rate and the payment now, do not wait. As more and more buyers jump off the fence with these lower rates, competition is only going to increase, which means home prices are going to be driven up, especially with the low inventory we continue to experience. Well, let's switch gears now and highlight a few events happening this month here in Las Vegas. A new year doesn't necessarily mean things slow down here. A couple of local events I wanted to highlight first are the 3 different farmers markets. You've got every Saturday at downtown Summerlin, and you've got every Monday at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, and you get every Thursday at the District at Green Valley Ranch, which is also in the heart of Henderson as well. Then there is the Red Rock Canyon Marathon and 5K happening January 20th. And I can assure you, no marathon course in the world has the views this course has to offer. It's absolutely unbelievable if you've ever been to Red Rock Canyon. And if you haven't, I highly suggest you take a visit. But if you're in town and are a runner, check out this race on January 20th. There's also a number of concerts and comedy shows that are happening around town this month, as they do every month. This is just a snapshot of those who are performing. Over at the Sphere, you've got U2 is continuing the residency with multiple dates towards the end of the month. At the Mirage, you've got Atsuko Akatsuka is bringing her comedy show on January 20th. Over at the Palms, you've got Collective Soul on January 20th, and you've got Aaron Lewis on January 27th. At MGM's Garrett's Comedy Club has a full lineup this month with Brandon Vestal, January 1st through the 7th. You've got Percy Cruz 2, multiple dates in January. You've got Brad Garrett himself will be performing January 12th through the 13th. You've got Chris Frangiola is on January the 15th and the 21st. You've got Mike Gaffney on January the 22nd through the 28th. And then you got Nate Craig on January the 29th and the 30th. Next venue is House of Blues, and we got Wild Child, a Doors tribute band, happening on January the 5th. You got Black Flag happening on January 10th. And then you got the Taylor Party, a Taylor Swift tribute night on January 12th. You've got Isaiah Rashad on January 29th. And Santana is continuing his residency with multiple dates in January. The next venue, which is a really unique venue, is the Smith Center. Great venue for concerts and performing arts, located in downtown Las Vegas. They've got a busy month as well with Lon Bronson Band on January the 6th. Chicago is January the 16th to the 21st. You've got Mary Lou Henner on January the 20th. You've got the First Ladies of Disco happening on January 23rd. And if you love disco, you're not going to want to miss this event. Then you have the Nevada Ballet Theater presenting Balanchine and Robbins, a ballet of dance and musical experience happening on January the 27th and the 28th. And then you have Matt Schofield happening on January the 27th. Now there's multiple venues over at the Smith Center, so that's why there's some dates that overlap. That's because there's multiple venues there at the Smith Center. Next is the Brooklyn Bowl over at the Link. You've got Be Our Guest, which is a Disney DJ night, and that's an event for all ages, especially those kids, I'm sure, that love Disney. You want to definitely check that out and attend on January the 5th. You've got Keller Williams on January the 25th. And then over at Encore, the Encore Theater, you got Sebastian Maniscalco, January the 13th and the 14th. You've got Chris Tucker, January the 19th and the 20th. He's always hilarious. And then you have over at the XS Nightclub, you've got Chainsmokers with Calvin Harris happening January the 12th and 13th. And then again on January the 27th and 28th. Over at the Resorts World Theater, you've got Luke Bryan happening January 3rd through the 6th. And you've got Impractical Jokers, January the 13th. Next is the Virgin Hotels. You've got Marlon Wayans comedy show happening January 13th. You got Drew Hill and the Genuine, a 90s R&B rewind happening January the 14th. Over at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, Adele is back in town with her residency happening January the 19th and 20th. And then again, the January 26th and 27th. So 2 back-to-back weekends for Adele here in Las Vegas. Then you got the Venetian. Over at the Venetian, you got Christina Aguilera happening January 5th and 6th. Mike Epps, January the 13th and the 14th. You got Kylie Minogue continuing her residency with multiple dates in January. And Styx, who are still going strong, January the 26th and the 31st. Over at the Thomas & Mack Center. This is not a concert or a comedy show, but I wanted to highlight it. The Thomas & Mack Center is over on the campus of UNLV. They are hosting Disney on Ice and Encanto January the 4th through the 7th. I'm sure all of your little ones would love to see Disney on Ice. Next is college and professional sports happening here in January. It's a little bit of a slower month for the sports scene, but I wanted to highlight a few events. You've got the NBA G League Ignite Basketball and the Henderson Silver Knights hockey teams. Both play at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson with multiple dates in the month. You want to check out both their websites for specific dates on the games that they've got over at the Dollar Loan Center. Next is the Las Vegas Desert Dogs, which is our professional lacrosse team that plays at the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay, January the 12th and 27th. They have 2 different games in the month of January here at home in Las Vegas. Then you have the defending Stanley Cup champions, Vegas Golden Knights, also play a number of games at T-Mobile Arena in the month of January. So you're going to want to check out their website for specific game dates. The Raiders play their final home game of the season at Allegiant Stadium on January the 7th against the Denver Broncos. And then the stadium is going to gear up for a small little game called the Super Bowl 58, I guess. If it's small, I'm joking. Obviously, it's the biggest game of the year. First time Las Vegas is actually hosting the game. We'll have more on that next month, but that's happening in early part of February. You know, UNLV women's and men's basketball teams host multiple games in the month. So you're going to want to check out UNLVrebels.com for game times and dates. I usually don't mention conventions, but one of the largest conventions in the world is happening here in Las Vegas, happens every January. It's none other than the Consumer Electronics Show, otherwise known as CES, is taking place this month on the 9th through the 12th. Over 100,000 people from all over the world will converge upon the Las Vegas Convention Center for a comprehensive overview of the newest and the best consumer technology market. And I can assure you, I've been to the show in the past. It is quite the show with all of the gadgets that are you'll be seeing in retail stores and online in the coming months. So again, if you have a chance here in town to go check out, you do have to register to attend. It's not open to the public. You have to register in advance to go to CES. There are a number of other events happening across this incredible town. What I just mentioned is just a fraction that is taking place. Every venue and resort have a complete list of all of their events on their website, and you can check those out there. As always, this city never has a shortage of things happening practically every single day. Well, I hope you found this January 2024. God, I get used to saying 2024. This is a market update and upcoming event schedule. I hope you found it valuable. Make sure you subscribe below and comment if you have any questions or found this video helpful. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to check out our other videos on Las Vegas and surrounding areas so you can continue to get a realistic sense of what it would feel like to live here in the Las Vegas Valley. If you're planning on moving within the next month or the next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, even book a Zoom appointment here in the description below. We can't wait to help you make a smooth and stress-free move to Las Vegas. I know firsthand all the moving parts and the nuances that go with picking up and starting all over in a new city. Well, I hope you and your family have an amazing 2024 year ahead. So until next time, we hope to show you around town very, very soon.